miss my goddamn cat.
You left him for like, you've been gone for like 8 hours.
I know, it's a long time for a cat. He's a baby.
He won't even miss you. He's running his underworld like freaking like illegal cat gambling casino or something.
But he's alone. My daddy's at work.
She misses her cat. Stop. We have a video to make. Talking about video. Hello, Redditly friends, and welcome back to a random vlog with Max and Kitty.
Yay.
You see, LadyKittyLynn, my totally super awesome, duper duper fun friend, came over this weekend to record a lot of Walking Dead Season 2. And we thought, you know what? Well, she's here. Let's record a couple of fun videos. One of which we're going to make is a top 10 things you should be watching, reading, and or playing right now.
After this video.
After this video, exactly. Or while this video is playing.
Yeah, you can like load up the game or download the book.
Yeah. And I think we can all relate to the feeling of having a particular thing that you really enjoy and you feel that other people should enjoy as well, whether it is, objective for personal reasons or objective because of its storytelling or mechanics or things of that such. This list is pretty much our personal, and we're gonna go through 5 different categories, mine and hers. We're gonna talk about
5 plus 5.
But that makes 10. Whoa!
Good job, you passed first grade math.
Yeah. So we're gonna be talking about our anime that you should be watching, or books you should be reading, movies and TV shows you should be watching, and a game recommendations that you should be playing.
Yeah.
So let's start right off with animus.
Yay.
We are weeboo trash. So let's recommend some anime that we think, everyone else should watch for reasons that will be disclosed in a moment. How about you go ahead first, Kitty Butt?
Well, if you saw the thumbnail for this video, you've figured out my anime. It's Love Live School Idol Project.
Yay! Love Live!
Love Live!
Yeah. Why should they watch Love Live, Kitty?
Because it's fucking adorable. I think, the reason I enjoy it a lot more than, a lot of anime that's out right now and that is really popular with people is that it's so non-confrontational.
Okay,
It's there's problems, but it's not mean-spirited in its problems. Everybody just genuinely loves each other so much, and it really shows throughout all the episodes. And, there's, an overarching plot, and there's, stuff happens, but it's still just, it's about these 9 girls who just, who just really love singing and dancing and making costumes and just want to, inspire others.
Yeah.
And it's just genuinely so sweet.
I've seen, the first half of it, and it's really cute. It doesn't even have a central antagonist. It's just
no, it doesn't need it.
Yeah, no, and I love that it's a perfect example of the idea that a story doesn't need to be about good versus evil. It can be just people seeking to achieve their dreams, in which cases become idols.
Yeah, and win the school idol festival.
Yeah,
as you do.
Also, Nico's the best. Yeah, that's it. I live for that reaction. I really do.
Nozomi's the best.
Nozomi's pretty cool.
Yeah. So if you like your waifu material,
there's
9 girls.
Yeah.
That's why I love it too.
Yeah.
There's no dudes.
Yeah, there's one, and there's half of a male face. You see in one episode.
It's Honoka's dad, and that's it. He doesn't even have a voice.
He doesn't even have a voice. Yeah, they're all really cute though.
So cute. And then if you want to get really addicted, you can play the app game.
No.
And
oh my
also
God.
download it in Japanese too. So you have two.
Kitty has a love life problem.
I don't have a love life problem. Such a good
As for my anime, I was actually brainstorming about this for a long while, and I realized that I keep coming back to one particular kind of a foundational anime for me, and that is Trigun. Oh my God!
It's so good.
Trigun is so good, not only from a world-building standpoint, from a meshing of genre standpoint, but also the really high dramatic, I think 3/4 of the way. I'm not gonna give you spoilers, but something really dramatic happens.
Yeah.
And that is followed up with an amazing ending that surprises you in a sort of heartwarming way. It's sort of because again, it's not about good versus evil, it's just people who want things. And you realize that Vash the Stampede is just such a wonderful person. And and even right now I'm feeling tingles all over my face.
He's so genuinely
he's genuinely
cares for everyone that he encounters.
And it's funny because he's also a total dork. And he's also totally badass. And
and it's not it's two personality traits that are just they don't work well together in his character. They work super well together.
Yeah, and it's not the idea he's a perfect character. No, he's flawed, and and he makes mistakes, silly mistakes. But it's the idea that he feels like a complete person because we are not just our jobs and our friends and our family, we are a combination of all of those things together and a little more. And no, I absolutely recommend Trigun. I believe it should be on Netflix, right? It should be on Netflix. I think it's on... I think
it's somewhere.
I think it's on Netflix, on Hulu. It's definitely on Hulu and probably on Crunchyroll. Most likely on Crunchyroll.
It's also pretty cheap to buy.
It's also pretty
cheap. For like $20-$30.
Yeah, so yeah, you can go check it out. By the way, we forgot to mention this. Love Live is on
Crunchyroll,
so you can watch that for free.
Both seasons.
Yeah, I know, it's adorable. But no, yeah, I also recommend Trigun. If you want to see like meshing of genres and really, really interesting world building that lets you in a little bit at a time, Trigun all the way. Let's talk about books.
I like books.
Hey, books are lame. Who the hell reads books?
Who reads books anymore? God.
Who writes books?
Who even writes books?
Load of nerds, that's what I think. So, it's sarcasm aside. What is the one book, Kitty, that you think people should read? Or series of books?
I was about to say, I'm going to cheat then.
Yeah.
No, my recommended book series is A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. It's so good. But it's meant for children, but there's still a lot that you can learn, like, as an adult or young adult, reading the books. Like, even, for example, like, words. He actually, like, teaches you words in the book. Like, I learned the word, like, xenophobia from Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah.
But, it's just, like, it's such an interesting series because it's aimed for children, but it's so dark. And it's, like, intentionally dark, and...
I've always found that
perfect.
His work kind of defies the idea of what a book for kids should be.
Oh, yeah.
And from the stuff that I've read of him, like, he's my example of when you can tell a writer is having fun.
Oh, yeah.
Because, his personality is just, like, dripping off the pages. Like, it's hard to not love Lemony Snicket.
Yeah, his writing style is just, like, great. And it's so much fun to read. It's a fairly short book series. I mean, it's got 13, but they're all, like...
Yeah, they're, like...
Up until, I think, 8 or 9, they're all, like, 200 pages or under. So... yeah, I would definitely recommend that. It's a lot of fun, and you get to grow with the characters.
Yeah,
It's, it reminds me a lot of Harry Potter in that sense.
And it is probably at your local public library.
Yeah, probably.
It is most likely there, so you can get all of them.
Oh, yeah.
And for the easiest answer in this entire thing, what book do I think you should go and read? It is, without a doubt, 110,000,000% On Writing by Stephen King, a memoir of the craft. I keep talking about this book, and you've probably heard me, because I literally mention it every other video. It is my favorite book for information on writing, and I think it's effective because, as I've mentioned in the past, I used to think that Stephen King was an entire different creature, like an entire different being. It's like, that's that type of writer, the type of writer people remember and become famous. And I read that book, and it's half memoir, half, his advice on writing.
Yeah.
And the memoir makes you realize that it's a normal human being who had this journey that he had to overcome and achieved success, not by talent or by luck, but just by sheer recklessness of just, you keep sending out work and you keep working regardless of how unlikely or
how many rejection letters
or how dark things may seem. You just keep going. And it's so inspirational. And what I love the most is that it's not 2 books, it's an entire book, but when you make it to the writing advice section, he sips in segments of what he taught you about himself, and you realize it's just so well polished and rounded. And the book has not aged at all, except for maybe the section on publishing, that it feels like, okay, this is like 90s
even
publishing.
Like publishing from like 5 years ago has aged so much.
Yeah, especially because, the digital age. But everything else in that book other than that, gold, 110,000,000%. Whenever I feel down about my writing, I actually pick up the audiobook. You can get the audiobook, I think, for free if you get a trial on audible.com.
Yeah.
He reads the audiobook himself, and that adds that extra 10% that makes it so good, because you hear him, reading his own work, and he adds a little bit extra the way he pronounces things, and it's just so good. I love that book. If you want to see a writer's journey and realize that it's really just a matter of working hard and being reckless and never giving up, On Writing by Stephen King, all the way. It is also probably on your local public library. And now that we have made it very clear that we're a bunch of nerds and weeboos, let's now talk about movies. Hey, Kitty, what movie do you think people should watch?
So I'm going to recommend a lesser-known Studio Ghibli movie. I know a lot of people were introduced to Studio Ghibli through Spirited Away, so that was like their first movie, and then they watched the ones following it. But I'm going to recommend a one that's a lot earlier and not even directed by Hayao Miyazaki. It is Whisper of the Heart. It's such a great movie, and especially... What? Whispers. Whisper. Listening to your heart whisper.
I'm sorry.
You're trash. No,
Trash.
Yeah. So it's, and I think it'd be great for this audience, your audience, because it is about a young writer, you know, discovering herself, discovering what she really wants to do with her life is right.
That's
and
cute.
Also, you know, finding love in the way, and also you get to see a little bit of her work in the movie, which inspires a later movie, which is pretty cute.
What movie does it inspire?
It inspires The Cat Returns, which features Anne Hathaway and Carrie Elways. You know, that guy.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, that guy who does The Princess Bride, Judd the Pirate.
Oh, the pirate guy!
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm really bad with actors.
That's okay, I can't pronounce his name, so it's fine. So yeah, it does actually inspire that movie, so they're kind of like, it's like a semi-sequel, but
I like that, I think that's cute.
it's cute. I definitely recommend Whisper of the Heart. It's like, it's got a lot of good messages for any age, and especially like for writers, it touches your heartstrings a little bit to see this young little 14-year-old girl struggle with, you know, trying to find out what she really wants to do, and it's just a great movie. I highly recommend it. It's beautiful, the animation's gorgeous, so good.
Studio
Ghibli cannot fail in animation, no matter how bad the plot may be, a la Tales of Earthsea. But we don't talk about that one.
we don't
but it was still beautiful. So.
It was it. All right, my turn. What movie do I think that everyone should watch? I have forgot what it is. Okay, I remember now.
You did that twice.
I did that twice in the like script writing, preparing for this.
Script writing.
Well, it was. We don't have a script. It was just kind of like, so what are you gonna talk about?
What
am I doing? And I'm like, Love Live. Of course you would. You weeble trash.
We should do something. Should we do something?
Should we do something?
We should do something.
We should do something. I heard a lot about this movie, and I came in partially knowing what it was gonna be about, and the twist kind of being spoiled, and then it was kind of nice for me because as I started watching this movie, I began seeing the hints. And this is the one movie where I think being spoiled does not change how effective it is. And that movie is Cabin in the Woods. As someone who loves, I'm not a fan of horror, but I love the work that goes into creating a horror storyline and the writing. And my artist, Blakesworth, and I have a fondness for watching horror movies. And while the jump scares are not my thing, I love the building and the suspense. And Cabin in the Woods feels like a love letter to all horror movies. And it is like the horror movie. And it's hard to talk about it without spoiling it. So I'm not going to spoil it. I think that if you are at all interested in almost like the meta that is the horror movies, I think you should watch it. It's just so very good. And it surprised me. Like, and because, you hear plot twists, kind of like things like The Sixth Sense, and it's a good movie, but, once you hear that, you're like, oh, well.
Or Star Wars.
Or Star Wars. You hear this big plot twist, and you feel as though there's nothing else left in the story. That's not with Cabin in the Woods. There's so much, and so many little details in the background, and the world building in that is amazing, to the sort of extent that when I finished watching that, I was like, I want to know what happens next. I want to create stories in this world, because it's just so interesting and dark in a sort of way that, and it has great morality, because sometimes you have to do awful things to save the world, and that is amazing. I fully recommend. I will not spoil you anything. Go watch Cabin in the Woods. It's on Netflix and probably on other streaming services.
I know for sure it's on Netflix.
Yeah. I know. Go watch it. It's amazing. Oh my god. No. It's my artist loves horror movies. Like, let's be a little personal for a moment. He loves horror movies, especially the old ones with the traditional special effects. And it's such a love letter because his face was like bright and super happy because it's got so many references and so many little details, and it's clearly a work of love. And I fully recommend Cabin in the Woods.
Yay!
Such a good movie. You need to watch it, Kitty.
Scary.
She doesn't watch horror movies.
I'm so scared. I'm a wimp. I'm a wimp. I don't even watch. Torchwood Season 4 gets me.
Okay, alright. Hey, everybody. Leave comments below. Leave comments below if you want to watch Max and Kitty talk about Cabin in the Woods. I'm going to make her sit down and watch it. Leave comments below yelling, watch it, Kitty. Don't be a wimp. Do it. And if we get enough, she'll watch it. If we get enough, she'll watch it. Okay? Do it. Do it. Leave comments.
Now.
Do it. Arigato, Mr. Roboto Domo. And this video just got flagged. Talking about getting flagged. Let's talk about TV shows. Kitty, what is the one TV show, series, or extent of that you think people should watch and why?
Mine's pretty easy.
Oh yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, because you've already mentioned it
in my year-end wrap up.
Year-end wrap up. Now more content, Eddie.
Uh,
That was My Little Pony song. I'm so sorry.
you should be.
Anyways, it is Elementary.
Elementary
On CBS. It's such a good show. Like, I came into it after seeing 2 seasons of Sherlock, and I'm sorry, I really hate Sherlock. So, watching this afterwards and seeing the butthurt reaction on Tumblr, I was like, oh god, I gotta watch this, but I'm kind of worried about it. And then I watched it, and it was amazing. Because Lucy Liu is amazing. What's his face playing Sherlock is amazing.
That guy playing Sherlock.
I think it's Johnny.
John something. He has like an American name.
He's British.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just so good. And it's like the problem I have with a lot of Sherlock is it's just this like giant male power fantasy of like, I can solve anything and never get in trouble because I'm Sherlock.
It's basically Batman.
Yeah, it's basically Batman, but like smarts instead of fighting criminals.
Yeah.
And this one actually deals with like the problems and the consequences of being completely irrational.
Yeah.
Like in the latest episode that we just watched, I don't know, I fell asleep during the end of it, but
you were really tired.
I was so tired. But like, you know, he actually has consequences.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And has to go to trial for something he's done.
And
he loses a friend because of it.
his actions directly hurt someone close to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I talked about that in my year-end video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And because she made me sit down, and I actually came in with a similar experience. I haven't seen the BBC Sherlock, but I saw a lot of negative commentary on Tumblr, and I thought, and I realized that was coloring my opinion, even though I had never experienced that. And I've been making a point to go against the opinions that I hear from people until I can make my own opinion. Mm-hmm. And I try to erase that, and I came in expecting nothing. Mm-hmm. And I was incredibly surprised by the fact that the character of Sherlock is flawed.
Yeah. And he actually has to deal with those flaws in the actual narrative.
And the actor does an amazing job at...
Oh, his acting is so good. Yeah. No, he needs like an Emmy. Whatever they give to TV people, he needs
I think it's an Emmy.
I think it's an Emmy.
And no, it's... Because Sherlock deals with addiction, and that's how he meets Joan.
Yeah.
And you get... There's a great part where he's like tempted, and season 1 he's tempted to get back into that, and
because it's so easy, but you see him struggle, and he's like, I can't do this.
And there's the lip tremble, and the acting is so good. But the I guess second to last episode of the final season, of the first season, with that reveal, the acting is so good.
It's so good. Yeah. Just for that, like season 1 end reveal alone, I highly recommend this show. It's such a good twist on the characters that you may know from Sherlock, and it's just like it brings it so much more complexity.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not just, he's a bad guy and Sherlock's the good guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or it's not like, John Watson is just a straight man, you know, who's there to basically show us how outrageous Sherlock is. No, Joan takes authority, and
Joan doesn't take his piece of
exactly
shit.
Yeah.
And like even in the new season, there's this episode that actually like almost got me to cry, where he talks about the vulnerability of feeling that he's never going to be over this like problem of he's always going to want drugs. And it's just so, it reminded me a lot of like people dealing with mental health issues and stuff. And it was just so touching, and like his vulnerability to share that with Joan is just like it's just so genuine.
It again, like it feels like a 3-dimensional person, because it's not only their abilities and their skills. People focus a lot on your job as a character, but his past and his relationship with his brother and the things with his dad, and the fact that he's developed this relationship with Joan, and he doesn't want to let that go because he really does value that. And even though he still has like this moat of distance between everyone else, he's gotten really close to Joan.
He lets Belle in. He lets Joan in. The thing
Gregson.
I love Gregson. Gregson's
there are a bunch of freaking nerds.
No, and the other thing that I really, really, really appreciate is that for the entire, since the very beginning of like an idea of this show being like Joan is John's going to be a girl. They've explicitly stated that they will never get in a relationship. There will never be Joan x Sherlock. Never. And I appreciate that so much.
I appreciate that so much,
because it doesn't have to be that way.
I love that Miyazaki. Miyazaki quote is like, I dislike this unwritten rule that if there's a male character and a female character in a movie or show, they must get together.
It doesn't have to be that way.
It doesn't have to be like that. And
It's just refreshing.
Yeah, no, it's really refreshing.
Yeah, elementary is just so refreshing and genuine. Those are the words I would really use to describe it. It's unfortunately you have to like buy it to actually watch it. CBS, please put it online.
Yeah, like put it somewhere.
Please, it's so good.
I'm like, it's 2015.
Yeah, it's 2015.
Hello, people from the future who are not in 2015 anymore.
That's gonna be a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while, but hey.
Yeah, but definitely go out and check it out. Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah.
And it's got a turtle.
Oh, yeah, it's got a turtle.
He's so
Clive
cute.
the turtle.
He's so cute.
I like that he actually appears on their Instagram. There's a Sherlock Instagram.
Yeah. And you can also buy Clyde merchandise. It's so cute.
It's so adorable.
I've been tempted.
Yeah. So, we've just mentioned a really good and meaningful show. So let's get back to weeaboo shit. There's a Japanese live action show that I've been talking about forever, and it is the live-action adaptation of Densha Otoko, which is the Train Man story, and it's kind of like a Japanese trope already, because there's so many retellings of that, but I love the live-action retelling of it. It's only 11 episodes, it's like a Japanese live-action drama, and it's really silly, but I love the way that it plays with tropes. I love and it's incredibly Japanese and really, really, really silly and cute.
As J-dramas are.
Yeah, the opening theme is Mr. Roboto. And of course, I love that it's not in the States, so you can just copyright infringe all the songs.
Yeah, that's why it'll never come over here.
Yeah,
probably.
There's actually a character who's like, she's not a direct antagonist, but she's just a coworker who doesn't like the main guy. And whenever she is walking around, the theme of the Empire from Star Wars plays. It's really cute. Just a really quick rundown of what Densha Otoko is. Densha Otoko is the story of the Train Man, and it's basically this. It's actually like a real thing that happened in Japan, where apparently midnight in a random train there was a really pretty girl who was about to get mugged by a random guy, and this nerd apparently saved her. And that it went on the news and stuff, and it's developed this sort of mythos around it, and the story takes place from the point of view of this random nerd who saved the girl, and he's like, no matter what I would do, I would never I would never be with a pretty girl like that. And he's actually helped by a bunch of internet friends on a forum, and you get to see them from their point of view typing messages, and of course they're all kind of mild stereotypes, but they're kind of adorable, and it's really cute seeing his life, his point of view, and him trying to impress this girl. And it's kind of lighthearted and really silly. Don't come in expecting a serious story, but I love the way that it plays with tropes. Primarily that the antagonist is not a bad person, it's just another guy who, wants to date the girl. It's not even he's not evil, but I love that there comes a point in the story where his own plans start backfiring in his imagination. It's really adorable, and it's really cute and silly. I recommend Densha Otoko.
Yay. Trains.
Trains. Choo-choo.
Princess Choo-choo.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't recommend Princess Tutu.
But Love Live.
Love Live.
I do.
Baby girls.
Princess Tutu is getting a little dated, unfortunately. I want to see a goddamn remake of Princess Tutu.
Yeah.
Give me the goddamn remake.
Yeah. I gotta finish watching that.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
You're gonna cry. Top 10 animes make you cry every time.
Yeah. No.
Number one, Princess Tutu.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Where do you think Trigun would fit in that list? We're pretty high up there. Pretty high up.
Yeah, I do.
Because it's got two really hard points.
I mostly cried during Wolfwood. Let's be real. You didn't? No, you don't know what's happening. Well, you don't know.
You don't know what's on. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I really want to keep this now. I don't know if I can.
You don't know what happened to Wolfwood.
Stop saying it. Stop saying
Nobody
it.
knows.
No, wait, stop.
It's not from the 90s.
It's a mystery. What we're talking about?
Video games. Wait, before that.
Before
top
that,
10 animes that make you cry all the time.
Yeah.
Princess Choo-Choo.
Princess Tutu. What else?
I want a remake of Princess Tutu?
Yeah. Oh, and Clannad. I heard Clannad just breaks hearts. Oh, actually, you know what? I want to make you watch Martian Successor Nadezhko just so we can watch the movie. And that movie literally reaches into your chest and pulls your heart out.
And
Okay. If you know what Martian Successor Nadezhko is and you've seen that movie, post in the comments below. Just raise your hand, because
how much it hurt.
That movie is, excuse the use of language, the movie is just fucking heartbreaking, because there's nothing worse than a character not getting what they want. It's a character who is never ever going to get what they want. It's so ultimate and finite.
Yeah. There's another anime that's very like that, and it's I'm thinking of Madoka. That's why.
Madoka would be on the list. Yeah.
Yeah, the character who never ever will get what she wants.
Yeah.
Poor homo baby.
You can't always get what you want. Flagged. So yeah, if you want an honorary mention, go watch Madoka. Madoka Magica. It's basically on everything.
Yeah.
Netflix, Hulu.
And the third movie.
Rebellion is really good.
It's really
Watch Rebellion.
good.
Yeah.
Don't come in thinking, it's going to be bad. It's going to be good.
No, it's actually really good. Yeah.
Really good.
The previous two movies actually just...
They're just a recount.
They just retell. Yeah. The third movie, Rebellion, advances the plot.
It does have new magical girl transformations.
Huh.
So
nice.
I would watch those on YouTube. Like, Mommy's is so cute. It's got like flowers and shit everywhere. I just love it.
Put that on the DVD box. It's got flowers and shit. I love it. LadyKittyLynn, 2015. And now, for the final section of today's top 10 things you should watch, read, play, and or leave on your queue and someday touch them, we're going to talk about video games.
Yay, video games.
Video games.
Video games.
How about you go first, Kitty?
Okay.
What is the one video game that you think people should play, and why?
So I'm a giant nerd.
Oh.
So my favorite game series is Harvest Moon.
It's like 20 minutes in, and you're just telling them you're a nerd.
Yeah, my first recommendation is fucking Love Live. But
Trash.
So I have played a lot of the Harvest Moon games.
Same.
Yeah, no, I've played so many.
Yeah, Harvest Moon 64.
Yeah, well, it's
it's
pretty old school.
No, yeah. I think we were talking about this.
Hip.
We were talking about this, and I'm like, I love Harvest Moon 64. I would not recommend it though, because it hasn't aged well.
Yeah, no.
At
Plus,
all.
it's hard to actually get, and they have explicitly stated they'll never do the e-console port thing because it's too complicated.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad about that, but that's okay.
It's kind of
I mean, a lot of 64 games they haven't ported.
Yeah. But so, you don't recommend the biggest Harvest Moon of all, which is 64. Which Harvest Moon do you recommend then, and why?
I recommend a littler known one called Harvest Moon Animal Parade for the Wii. It was kind of like a update sequel. You know how they do them with Friends of Mineral Town and then more Friends of Mineral Town where you can play as a girl. This one is just bigger, new world but same characters as Tree of Tranquility, which came before it. And a lot of people didn't like Tree of Tranquility for good reasons. It's kind of it's okay, but it's not very, there's not a lot to do, I think. And even when you expand the world, there's it's just a lot of fetch quests and stuff. And it's kind of fun, but
so you would imagine people would write off the leveled up version of this game.
Yeah, exactly. But it's actually a lot more fun, and there's so much to do, and there's a lot of people to marry, of course. They upgrade all the people to marry, and you can even marry a fucking god or goddess. So.
Oh yeah, I love that. There's multiple choice for everything.
Yeah.
By the way, for those of you who don't know, Harvest Moon is a game in which you take control of a character who has been given a farm, and your task is to grow crops and expand the farm and
expand the towns,
and
save the town slash the world slash whatever the current plot. Save the goddess is usually a plot line
with sheep.
Yeah, with sheep and stuff.
And chickens and crops.
Yeah. It's the farming simulator before, what is that?
Before farming simulator.
Yeah.
But it also has, you have relationships with the people in the town, and there's people you can marry. There's bachelors and bachelorettes.
Yeah.
Not like in the old school days when there were only girls to marry. Now there's boys and girls to marry.
It's true. And you can even have kids and stuff. It's a life simulator, but it's a little more in depth. And I think Animal Parade is one of the lesser known, lesser appreciated ones. So I definitely do recommend that one. It's pretty cheap. I think you can get it for $20.
Yeah. How old is it? A couple of years old already, right?
Yeah, it's probably getting 7.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be that expensive to get. Yeah,
and it's just I know I haven't actually said much about it, but it's just another Harvest Moon, but it's the one I come back to the most.
Yeah.
I have problems playing games because I have arthritis. Wow! So it's actually really hard for me to play games on the DS or the Game Boy or whatever. And the Wii is a little bit more comfortable because it has actual hand grippy things.
Yeah, yeah.
So I come back to that one a lot, and I can actually play that one for a couple hours. And I actually speed ran that game basically.
Oh wow!
I finished the main storyline, got married in a year.
Nice, that's pretty good actually.
Yeah, no, it took a little while, but it was it's fun to do it, and there's always something going on, so you can always. It's kind of a bit of a fetch quest, but it's also you have to befriend these characters and get all these items to be able to progress.
Yeah,
so there's even if you don't a lot of Harvest Moon games, you don't actually have to talk to anyone but the main girls or whatever. Yeah. But this one you actually kind of have to make friends, and
nice. That's pretty good.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's just a nice little game you can play while you have some time. You have like a free hour. Just play casual a couple days of Harvest Moon.
And again, people say it's like, games have to be able to kill people. They don't have to be able to killing people.
God, no.
Like, no, like it's funny because like when we first met, we bonded over Harvest Moon 64, and I think you were saying is that you didn't know any like people, like any non-girl people who like play Harvest Moon, and it's funny because everyone that I knew growing up played Harvest Moon, and it was like a really rare game in Mexico, and we had to like hunt down like cartridges.
Yeah, we had to as well.
Yeah,
I didn't get mine till a couple years after.
You kept borrowing a friend's, right?
I borrowed a friend's.
Yeah.
So she gave me rules that I couldn't marry Karen.
Oh, exactly.
It was okay. I married Ellie.
Hey,
so.
All right. If you are a fan of Harvest Moon, go into the comments below and leave out what is your favorite bachelor or bachelorette. Charlotte. Yeah, she's cute. Jeez. Okay, actually, what's your favorite bachelor or bachelorette?
Ooh.
I mean, for me, it's easier because I've only played like 2 Harvest Moons all the way.
Yeah. I still genuinely love Ellie.
Ellie's really sweet.
Ellie's just so sweet in every version she's in. Oh God. I have to pick one from Animal Parade since I've mentioned it so much. Oh God, which one did I marry? Which girl did I marry? I like the witch.
Okay, yeah, we're talking about her.
She's kind of tsundere in a way, but she's also
who doesn't love a little tsundere? Okay?
And she's so cute. She's just got little like bloomer shorts. They're so cute. They're so
cute. And as for me, oh gosh, I have like a whole like story of like all the many like I literally like filled all save slots in my Harvest Moon 64 cartridge, which I still had. Is one of the few that I brought with me when I moved to the US.
I still have mine too.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a relic of previous times. Yeah. And I remember that I liked Anne, but something in me really like loved Popuri and her personality and the way that she looked, and she's just adorable.
She's so sweet.
I know, and I love her mom as well.
Oh,
and,
I love her.
Yeah, they're really sweet.
She's just so sweet.
Yeah,
they're just a generally sweet family.
And it's really funny because it's a non-confrontational game. Confrontational?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a really cute game. You live in a town, you grow crops, you make money, there's festivals.
Yeah.
I've always described it as a more active Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Because Animal Crossing is a lot like, you come in, you play for a little bit, for the rest of the day and you're done.
Yeah.
In Harvest Moon, there's day
days
cycles.
Go faster.
So
you don't it doesn't go by real time, so you can actually like get a couple days done in like an hour.
Yeah.
And it's good at like time progression.
Yeah, and it's really zen as well. It's really relaxing.
Animal Parade, I really like the time progression in that because it's like fast enough where you feel like, there's actually like, oh no, I gotta get all this done before the shop closes. But it's also slow enough where you can actually get all the stuff you want to get done.
Yeah, nice.
So I really appreciate the time. Yeah, and that's what going back to 64 is so hard because you can only do one thing a day.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, you can't like go collect and then go talk to your girlfriend and then go like feed the sheep and shit. Yeah. You just gotta get some flowers for property, and that's it. Well,
go chop the same block of wood from the forest.
As you do.
By the way, okay, really quick fun story. When I first played Harvest Moon, I actually didn't know English, and I didn't know that the way you turn in crops to make money is to put them in the box in front of your house. I didn't know that. Yeah. And you're like, how didn't you know that? How was I supposed to know that?
It makes sense.
Don't do that to me. No, I know that it makes sense, but I was like, I never figured that out. So I literally played a save file of Harvest Moon 3 years, just making money through the Carpenters event in the summer. Right. That's it. And I still managed to win.
Win the game. I've never actually 100% of the game.
It's really hard. No, especially because you have to befriend the people who would be your rivals.
Yeah.
And
then you have to do it on 1 year.
I think it's 2-3 years.
I think it's 2 years because you need to have a kid.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say?
Not about Animal Parade. That's pretty much it. There's an actual Animal Parade in it, so the title actually makes sense. It features the mayor from some of the previous games who comes in and is like, I own a thing now, but I lost my animals because I'm shitty. Help me find my animals. Recipes.
It's not the mayor from Harvest Moon 64, is it?
I don't think so, right?
Oh my god, it's funny because he's actually I saw there's a genealogy tree.
Oh god.
And it shows the people in the Super Nintendo game and the 64 game are actually all related. It's really
cute.
They're
all the same. That's right. They're all grandparents.
Yeah. It's all really. It's
I was gonna say
cute.
They're all the same people, but I'm thinking of Back to Nature and 64, where they just switched all the family.
They just switched the jobs. Yeah.
No, they switched they switched all the families as well.
No, yeah.
Like Basil became Maria's dad instead of Potpourri's dad.
It's really weird.
It's
really freaking weird.
That's why I don't recommend that. too much.
Yeah, no, it's funny because that's actually the first time I played it. I played it at a video game cafe, basically in Mexico, and I was like, huh.
That's
and the loading times were shit in that game.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Game, but I haven't started it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you can also, if you wanna, if you wanna dabble a little bit in Harvest Moon, of course you can pick them up on 3DS and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I believe they're also on the Virtual Console. You can get the original on the Virtual Console.
The original ones are coming out. Like the original Game Boy Color one, I think, is now out on the 3DS.
I think it is on the Virtual Console, yeah.
3DS.
And also, they're on the PSN. You can get
Back to Nature.
Back to Nature, yeah.
I think Save the Home.
Yeah. And I think the one where you place a girl as well. I think.
You can get what's that one called?
Friends of Men.
More Back to Nature.
Yeah. Back to Nature Girl.
It might actually. That was in Japan. So.
It might actually be that.
What was I was also going to say, there's a new Harvest Moon game coming out.
That's right.
So much customization.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yay! I love Harvest Moon.
Okay. By the way, really quick before we go anywhere else, the latest Harvest Moon games have done this thing where you can play as a boy or girl and wear whatever clothes you want. Actually, the new one is only doing that, right?
The Natsume one just came out, and that one doesn't have it. But the one before that,
the
A
one
New
before
Beginning
that.
has that.
A New Beginning has
and
that.
The new one is Story of Seasons. Story.
The latest one.
The new one that's about to come out. That isn't from.
Yeah, it lets you, dress so however you like.
You can have long hair as a boy and wear dresses, or you can have short hair as a girl and wear pants and stuff. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, so you can be like a girl who dates the other girls, and it's fine.
That's how I did it. That's how I married my waifu.
Yeah.
Love me some waifu.
Wife.
She's my waifu.
Nerd.
She's so cute. Shut your goddamn mouth. Who are you gonna marry? I haven't even been looking at the new bachelorettes for the new one, so I don't know who I'm gonna marry.
It's gonna be adorable.
There's a writer.
Is there a writer?
Yeah, she's
That's
so
really cute. It's really cute.
She's pretty. I'll show you
it's adorable.
I'll load it up afterwards.
Cut to black. All right, so there's one last thing, and if you are all familiar with me and the things that I like and how much of a dork I am, there's one game that I really enjoy, and one game that I think everyone should play. I think it hasn't aged that badly. I don't think so, especially if you play the DS remake, which actually makes the game a lot easier, and that's okay, because, old school RPGs are kind of a grind.
They're not that much fun
anymore. And this is the one game that does not only has the best explanation of time travel, but one of the best time travel stories, where there are things at risks and characters actually go through it. What game is this? The Super Nintendo classic Chrono Trigger. The music for this, I got tingles all over my face. The music for this game is not only amazing, and it's part of basically every one of my writing playlists, but the game itself is really, really good. Like and really quickly, the game deals, you play from the point of view of Chrono. Of course, you can rename your characters however you like, and Chrono basically finds himself in this ridiculous adventure where he travels through different points in the timeline, and you meet characters from different time periods, and you discover, of course, like in RPG fashion, that you need to save the world.
As you do.
And you kind of have to combine the powers of a lot of people from different time periods, and you meet them, and you change the future through your actions, and it's a really, really fun game. If the only one complaint that I have is that Chrono is the silent protagonist, although he does take actions, like dramatic actions in the story, he doesn't say anything. He has one line of dialogue in the whole game, and it appears during a secret ending. The game has like 14 different endings, and they're all kind of really, really, really good, primarily because they all lead towards a particular place, but they have different repercussions. So some endings will affect the past, some endings will affect other things, and it's a really, really fun game to play through again, because it has New Game Plus. I think this was the first game that gave you it made New Game Plus a thing.
Games,
yeah, and you can play again and enjoy the story. It's a really, really fun game. All the characters are really, really fun. I've been trying to get this butt to play through it.
I am halfway, maybe. I'm almost like halfway through, I think.
Yeah.
I'm at that really stupid boss battle.
The golems, the golems are pretty trash.
No, actually, I was going to say, this is New Game Plus, I went in to fight the boss, and then I was like, shit, this is the final boss. And I only had,
that's right!
I only had Marl and Chrono.
Yeah. It's actually, it's fun because you can actually fight the final boss
immediately.
It's because when you do New Game Plus, you're given a bunch of places where you can fight the final boss, and depending on when you fight him, that changes the ending, and you can actually fight him right off the bat. Start the game, prologue sequence is over, walk in, fight the final boss. It's really cute.
And I love
I was like,
what's that thing?
I love that I give her my cartridge, and she she picked New Game Plus
Well, I thought
to take all my skills.
I thought it would make it easy on myself.
You know, it would.
Although I didn't in the end.
But you didn't know about Lavos.
Yeah, I was like, this is I'm fighting him. I'm doing okay. So I started.
Lavos is a girl.
I'm fighting the thing.
Yeah. No, but another great story of an antagonist that is not evil, like that Lavos is what Lavos does.
Yeah.
Is the thing is people are Magus is shown in the game as being the ultimate antagonist, and he's not, and he's such a great character. The characters in this game are so good, and of course,
so sweet.
This is I think the game that, or I think Final Fantasy IV did this before, but it's the active time battle system where like your character's turns tick every few seconds, so you have to make actions, and you can only have 3 characters in your party, and they get like combination moves. So there's almost like a sort of like teaming up, get your favorite characters together and have them be awesome, and it's just such a really fun. And the game has not aged at all, really. Like not even like, especially because the DS kind of fixed a lot of the things. Yeah. And since it's sprites, it hasn't aged like
the art style isn't like worse and ugly. Like, early CGI style.
Yeah, or Final Fantasy VII, that's the big elephant in the room. That game hasn't aged well at all. Chrono Trigger has. It's such a beautiful game. And I don't think it's even, like, it's not even that long or grindy for a game of its time. Though you may want to pick up, like, a spoiler-less walkthrough.
Yeah, I found that super helpful.
Yeah, because there's a couple of things
it does warn you about, like, where the bosses are going to be and, like, what you need. So I do recommend it.
Spoiler-less walkthroughs for the win. Of course, if you want to pick up this game, it's an amazing game. It's on the Virtual Console, I think.
Yes.
It's on the Virtual Console. It's on PSN. And, you can get the remake on DS. It's probably...
on iDevices.
Yeah, it's all on iDevices. The 3D, or the DS remake is honestly like $20. Pick it up, it's great.
Yeah,
and
you can probably find it used for cheaper.
Yeah. Or if you would like to dabble on other things that we may or may not condone, emulator and stuff like that. Like there's a game like that is the one game that I seriously like. I would love to play through it in the channel. It would be like 90 parts though. It's a really long game, but it's a really awesome, meaningful story, and every character gets their moment. And nobody talks about the consequences of time travel. Nobody does. It's always like, there's always a character who wants something, and you never realize that your actions have consequences, and other people get hurt. And there's a wonderful scene with Robo, and you think to yourself, it's just a freaking robot. Who cares about him?
So much about this robot?
No, he's... oh my god, my heart.
And his relationship with Luca as well, how they bond over that. And it's just
so sweet. It's a really...
I know there's a point in the game at which like Chrono doesn't have to be in your party. So I'm looking forward to just having an all-girl party.
The all-girl part is actually... it's really fun. It's really fun because, as I mentioned, characters that get different combo abilities depending on who you have in your party. So it's really fun doing like a team-up sort of thing where it's like, if I get all the girls, they can have their ultimate all-girls move. Yeah. And it's really cute.
They're so cute.
No, And I
do appreciate how the girls are like not sexualized.
No, not sexualized at all.
Like Ayla.
Ayla.
Ayla. Yeah, she's just like... She's a cave girl, of course. She's just wearing like fur.
Yeah. She's just wearing fur. Yeah, and the only character who doesn't actually equip a weapon, she just fights with her fists. The original strong female character. She's so.
She's so cute. I love her.
Yeah, and really one last thing: if you pick up the DS version or pick up the because it's the PSN, it's the PlayStation 1 remake, I think, that came with Final Fantasy IV, I believe, and it has cutscenes, anime cutscenes done by.
The guy who
did Dragon Ball. What's his name? I forgot.
Oh god, I don't know.
Akira Toriyama. Yeah, little anime cutscenes, and they're really cute. Okay, if you want to just get tingles all over your face, go and Google Chrono Trigger opening sequence. It's really good. The music just gets you pumped for time travel. And as I've mentioned, this game has the most timeless explanation of time travel. It's funny because like when they explain you how time travel works, this literally is the best explanation of time travel. It's so cute and effective, and I love it. Chrono Trigger. All the way.
For the win.
You're kind of like, for the future videos, we're going to like scoot you in closer. Too close.
A little too close. What's that from? Oh, it's Aladdin.
It's
too close. I did too close. Much better. It's Aladdin. You've still never seen English Aladdin.
I have never actually seen the English Aladdin.
It's so good. Robin Williams. Give me that Robin Williams.
You never had a friend like me.
That's a movie
I can show you the world.
So
shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? The video just got flagged again. With all of that said, though, what do you think of this, pseudo top 10, talking about things that, you think also everybody else should watch, play, and or read? If you have any recommendations you would like us to look into, primarily games, because I'm looking for games to play on the channel.
I like anime. Give me your anime.
Yeah. Throw anime at this butt. Leave your recommendations below. We totally want to check out other things. We're going to be doing a lot more vlogs talking about, movies and TVs and analyzing storytelling and the way that, it creates a narrative. So you can look forward to more stuff like that. For the time being, though, thank you for watching. Give a like, subscribe. If you want more stuff, go over to my writing blog. We're at maxkieran.tumblr.com. Thank you for coming over, Kitty, and doing this top 10 with me. Isn't she adorable? She's totally adorable. Regardless of that, though, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with us, and we will be seeing you soon. Mwah! Too cute.